Welcome back, guys, to AZ Sports Roundup. I'm your host, JT Hill. We got the birthday boy over there named Quinn Bewley.
That was not a smooth landing, but okay.
We were just hiding from you guys, but you already know we got the Cardinals NFL Draft by AZ Sports Roundup. So, let's get right into it.
So, a player that I really want, I really want him, Cam Scadaboo. I know he didn't have a super great 40 time. I know they're worried about speed and stuff. I know it's crazy how 0.10 seconds will make your draft stock go down, but I still think he's a really great player, and I really want him on the Cardinals so I can root for him more because he's on the Cardinals.
Yeah. Whichever team he goes to, I mean, the Cowboys, I'm still going to root for him. Yeah. I hope he goes to a team where he can win because he's a winner. Obviously, the Broncos, if Mr. DJ Bronco out there watches this, a.k.a. Jacob, he is a Broncos fan. I do root for the Broncos, so that would be cool if he went there. But, I think he definitely lost some trade value, but the way Scadaboo plays, you can't measure that in the combine. Like, you need real football pads, and you need to get real defensive players and real offensive players to really measure what he does. And I think whichever team he goes on, he's gonna be a dog. Obviously, it's the Cardinals or the Ravens. But whichever team he goes to, it's what he's meant to do. But please, Monty, please.
One thing I like, he's always been an underdog no matter where he goes, and he's always been insane wherever he's been. Just look at his high school tape. I'll probably play one of his highlights right now where he breaks every single tackle.
We'll put it right up there in the corner, then in that corner, then the bottom, and then we'll put it right up here.
Okay. Anyway, he's been such an underdog. He was an underdog in high school. He was good. Went to San Diego State, was good. Went to ASU, was insane. And now he's an underdog going into the NFL, and I think he will be really good.
Honestly, if I was Scadaboo, I would like the position that I'm in because he's being overlooked a lot. And then he's not being overlooked a lot, but after his 40, people are starting to overlook him more. But he does better when he's the underdog, and we've seen that his entire career in college, and I cannot wait to see what he does in the NFL. Okay, next we're going to be going to the defensive line. Me and Quinn do not know a lot of these players. He knows Texas A&M a lot, but we're just going to go through some of the guys. I've heard of all of these names, but we're just going to go because the Cardinals last year, their defensive line was not the greatest.
Yeah, not good.
So they're definitely going to pick up someone. I'd be shocked if they didn't. We won't know if it's the 16th pick or if it's a later pick, but they have a good amount of draft picks. So, kicking it off, Walter Nolan, Ole Miss. You can talk about him.
So he's a run stopper. He doesn't get that many sacks. His sack numbers aren't the greatest, but honestly, that's what we need. We have Calais Campbell and
I forgot that we got him. The Josh Sweat.
Josh Sweat, the Eagles guy. Hey. We have him. Those are our sacking the quarterback players, and I think we just need a run stopper, and that would be Walter Nolan. So
I just want to give you a little thing. Josh Sweat, whenever he gets a sack, it's awesome. He goes like to the other opponent. It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
But next we got Kenneth Grant, Michigan. I have heard of this guy. I actually haven't. But we're just gonna act like I've heard of this guy. Y'all know that I'm from Maryland. He absolutely lit Maryland up. He's definitely a great player. I think he's gonna have a great season in the NFL.
So now we'll just talk about the three edge rushers, Shamar Stewart, James Pierce Jr., and Mike Green. So Shamar Stewart also, he isn't the guy that gets a ton of sacks, but he is a run stopper. James Pierce Jr., he's fallen off. He was supposed to be a top 5 pick, but he still have a lot of talent. And Mike Green, one of the most underrated players coming in this draft, I think he could be good for us.
A lot. He has been going up higher too on some of the draft boards, but I don't know. He looks scary. He's jacked.
If I'm being honest, I don't want to take a defensive lineman. I think we addressed it for the most part in the offseason. I don't really want to take a defensive lineman with our first-round pick, but either way, it would be fun.
Okay, we're going to go into the next one.
Offensive line. So we we do need to improve our offensive line. It's not horrible, but it could be better. We have Kelvin Banks and Will Campbell from LSU. Will Campbell he probably will be taken, but I've seen a few mock drafts that have him fall, and if he does fall, that's a great opportunity that we can't pass up.
Yeah, both these offensive linemen are great. Obviously, we got to see Kelvin Banks Jr. in the CFP, I'm pretty sure, against ASU, and he did pretty good for a little bit. But Will Campbell, heard of him. He's a dog. I think if we can get Will Campbell, that would be a pretty big pickup. Our offensive line is pretty good, but we don't have it completely ready for the NFL for the season. I don't even know what I'm saying, but like we don't have it completely ready. I still think that we could address some positions, and definitely picking up an offensive line would be good.
So now we got wide receiver. So the Emeka Egbuka and Jaden Higgins, I would say we would take them in the second round maybe. But Matthew Golden, I really like him. Of course, he has very good speed. I don't want to talk about what he did against ASU. Very good speed. He has good hands. I think he could be a great number 2 paired with Marvin Harrison. And if we don't get Golden, I would like to take Emeka Egbuka or Jaden Higgins in the second round.
Jaden Higgins, when we were at the Big 12 championship, I didn't even see him catch a ball.
I think he had he had like 3 catches.
I heard of him a lot, and people were a little bit hyped for him, but he didn't do much. But Matthew Golden is an interesting guy. We'll put the video up right now. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that drop is pretty big against ASU. That basically lost the game. He catches the ball, and then he catches it, and the ball's like on the ground, like under his. So I don't know if I want him on Arizona with him being a liar his entire life, but he's a great receiver. He actually went crazy that game. Emeka Egbuka, he kind of had a quiet season last year, but the seasons before, he's a great WR2. Mm-hmm. He's been under Marvin Harrison, Jeremiah Smith. He's been under great receivers, but he knows how to play under them. Jackson Smith and Jigba too. But, yeah, I think we definitely should pick up another wide receiver. We did just sign Greg Dortch a couple, 20 minutes ago, you said. But, yeah, I think a wide receiver would be pretty big.
So now we have the defensive backs. I actually don't know how well you can see that. But
hopefully
it says
you can.
Jahdae Barron from Texas, Will Johnson from Michigan, Malachi Starks from Georgia. I'm kind of leaning more to the 2 corners there. So our secondary, it was questionable. I was kind of surprised as a unit. They weren't horrible. They played together well as a team. It's just the talent level was not there. We have if you ask a non-Cardinals fan who a corner on the Cardinals are, they probably wouldn't be able to answer that question.
I don't know if I can either.
I remember. Wait, they have Sean Murphy Bunting, who is Buns.
Wow, we need to. I did not follow
Starling
the Cardinals
Thomas
that much last year.
I remember I knew them all. And
I followed ASU
forgot.
so much last year that I just kind of forgot about the NFL.
Yeah.
This year is definitely going to be a big year. Whether they do good or bad, I will be following them a lot more. Will Johnson, he's up and down in the draft boards. I honestly hate NFL draft because I'm sick of all the mock drafts. I'm sure everyone is. You just want to get to the real deal. But he's been going up and down in some of the stuff. I think he could go to the Cardinals. He might fall down if they might not take him. But if he falls to the Cardinals, they will definitely consider him. Mm-hmm. He had a great season, and he's a great player, and he could be a game changer for the Cardinals.
So these are our dream targets. Players that I don't think will fall to us, but if somehow they do, we can't pass this up. We have Tetairoa McMillan, Armand Membu, and Jalen Walker.
So Tetairoa McMillan, he is a beast. He didn't have the best season last year, and one thing that I hate what NFL scouts do, but they're going to drop, they can convince anyone to move someone down, even teams, I feel like. And because of his 40 time, I guess it wasn't the greatest. They are having him drop down a little bit. I would be so happy if he dropped down to us. That would be amazing. Do I think it will happen? Probably not. But if it does, they cannot pass him up. He is a beast mode. He's a beast, and he can be on beast mode whenever he wants. They can't pass him up. He's crazy. He plays like 80 different sports. He's actually insane. I heard like he could dunk in 7th grade. He's actually crazy.
Yeah. We have Armand Membo. He's gone up so high in these since the season was over. He's just been flying off the draft boards. He's a great player. He might be the first offensive tackle taken, but
really? I didn't know he's that good.
He might be, but he might fall, so he would be a great target. And then Jalen Walker,
he's good.
He probably is the most likely out of all of them to fall to the Cardinals, and he's a great edge rusher.
I would not be mad if we got that. Okay, trading down. An idea that we had was we could trade down the 16th pick for our first-round pick next year and a couple second-rounders. Maybe also trade our first-round pick for like a first, maybe 2 seconds and a third, or maybe a couple fourths. But he has traded a lot, and he hasn't been the GM for a crazy while. But I remember one season he traded down and then he traded up just to get Paris Johnson Jr.
Yeah, we passed on Will Anderson, and then we got Paris Johnson.
He is serious about the Cardinals. He is sick of losing, and I definitely trust what this guy does. And I think he's going to do what's best for the Cardinals, and I think he might trade. I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Yeah, so this draft is probably the best draft that you could trade down and get value out of it. This draft class,
underrated.
It's underrated, but it's nowhere near last year's.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest draft class. And I think if we were to trade down to, honestly, like a good team, like say like the Commanders or the Lions even, get a first next year if they trade up for not a super highly coveted pick, but a pretty good pick nonetheless. Maybe we can get a player in the mix. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't be shocked. Wow. Just don't be shocked if they do this.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then here is our targets. Mine are Jalen Walker, Will Campbell, Will Johnson, Matthew Golden, and shockingly, Isaiah Bond. He had a really not so great season at Texas. He only had like 500 yards, but he's very underrated. He was pretty good at Alabama, and I think that we can maybe sneak him in there in the second or third if we don't get Matthew Golden. So I would be very happy if we got him, and obviously both of us want Cam Scatterboo in the 4th round.
Yeah, so I have Matthew Golden, Will Johnson, Jahdae Barron, Will Campbell, and Kelvin Banks. So, yeah, of course, I want Matthew Golden. He's probably, like, the flashiest name there. We don't have to go receiver. Receiver is probably not our biggest need. We could go, I'd say corner is probably our biggest need, which is why I wouldn't be mad if we get Will Johnson or Jahdae Barron. And offensive line, if we can get Will Campbell, if he falls, we have to take him. And I wouldn't be mad with Kelvin Banks Jr. either. And, of course, Cam Scatterboo later in the draft.
Thank you guys for watching. Wish Quinn a happy birthday in the comments. But yeah, hopefully you guys like this video. You got anything to say?
Goodbye.